Ooh, coffee and stingy nettles. That's something you can't get from Pret. So we had a classic punk vote. Punk bands I probably should have listened to, but I never have. And the winner, obviously, was Ramones. It was always going to win. They're one of those bands I know I should have listened to, but I just never have for one reason or another. I think the main reason is that one of the guys on the album cover has just got his belly button out. He's got a t-shirt that doesn't even get down to his belly button, and that just put me off buying it, because every time I walked up to it, my belly button felt cold, so I had to go home. How can you call yourself a running punk if you've never listened to the Ramones? Well, I don't know. Punk's not always about the music for me. Sometimes just being punk is just not charging your electric toothbrush. This is a bit like the set of that TV show, isn't it? I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Oat Milk. Blitzkrieg Bop. Oh, nervous again. And the watch is on, music is on, and we're off. Let's go, 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 go. Bye. Oh, let's go. That's a good start. This is quite weird because it sounds like he's singing, but looking at the rest of the band at the same time, it's like he's side on. This song just rolls you along with it. It's like being in a hamster wheel. Oh, feet on the rat. This is cool. Na 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 na. This is proper trainers indoor, trainers on carpet music. You're gonna get a little bit of a turn off. This is what the singing reminds me of. It reminds me of the blanket that lives on top of a theremin, and all day the blanket watches a theremin sing, and then at night the blanket starts singing. It's theremin, blanket, singing, music! Little jump. Whoop. Woo! Hey, little girl. Sounds like the Beatles. It's so weird. You're hearing someone singing about wanting to be someone's boyfriend. Oh, it's making me feel younger. Sprightly on my feet. There's a real feeling of boredom going through the song, so the music's not boring, but I can feel there is a boredom there. I'm going to try and figure out why. What's that? There's the sound of a saw. Whoa, jump there. There's something in there. There's an element of boredom. This is where I'm thinking the boredom comes from. Where the emphasis on, there's a lot of mention of the word beat. They're from New York. Obviously I'm thinking of Jack Kerouac. And Jack Kerouac, in On the Road, he says how he always dreamt of going west. And that Texas Chainsaw Massacre song gives the idea that in a way the American dream is gone. So these guys don't seem to know where to go, where to find their freedom. It's a real sound of young people in an apartment, feet on the table, flicking through TV channels, and almost in keeping with a sense of boredom, the influences are shown off in the same way that like a boy would put posters on a wall, whereas like someone like Slayer would really go for their fascination in horror by buying prosthetic heads and limbs, having them in their bedroom, covering them in blood. Sounds like the Ramones are too bored to even do that. They just put horror posters on the wall. Yeah, this is weird. It's like they got a passing interest in the things they find a little bit interesting. So I think you're saying, Daddy, I don't want to go down the basement, and that is such like an unoriginal way to think of horror films. We all know the bit, going down to the basement. He's like, don't do it, don't do it. Whoop, that's muddy. So I don't know. It's like they're fascinated with things, but they're not really connecting to it. Oh, just had a weird shooting pain in my bum. It's really making me think of something William Gibson says. He's got a quote where he says something like, the future is already here, but it's not evenly distributed. Ramones sound like their boredom, their frustration is because they're living, or they're aware that the future is happening, but it hasn't got to them yet. Does that make sense? It's like they're waiting for the future to arrive, and the future to them is no longer America. So I guess the American dream has died by now. Maybe that's where it is. They're not focusing on America, they're focusing on going east instead of west. Like Kerouac wanted to go west, maybe the Ramones wanted to come east. The excitement is going from the music now, I don't know. I'm finding it very repetitive. I'm a little bit bored of it. That image of the theremin blanket is coming back, and it's like, if you think of something like Dead Kennedys, they really are, they have really tuned into the theremin. This, it's a bit better, but this is quite level, quite flat, like a blanket. They've lost interest in America. America for them is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, corrupt CIA, It's like they turned their attention towards Germany, like, obviously with the first song, but it's like Europe, and it reminds me of the original title in 1984 by George Orwell, was called The Last Man in Europe. This album sounds like it could have been called The Last Man in Europe. All I can think about is that guy's belly button on the cover. It's like the belly button is trying to speak to me. The belly button's trying to send a message. I'm running to a singing belly button. It really is like being on a treadmill. There's a TV screen, and it's just the walls of a teenage boy's bedroom. You just run in, looking at all the posters. There's only so many times you can look at a poster until you want the real thing itself or something. There's not much depth to it. This is hard to run to, honestly. The running punk who's not a fan of the Ramones. I'm so sorry. Come on, legs. It's time for you to take over. It's not the most exciting to run to. My English teacher in school always told me there's no such thing as being boring, or you can't find something boring. It just means you're not interested in it. So I'm trying to find something I'm interested in it. And I don't know, I guess it really is speaking of a time in America. It must have been a lot of bored kids around then. They'd had like the British bands take over. They'd had that invasion of 60s music, and maybe now they're wondering what's next. I'm quite nervous about putting this video online. I'm probably going to get a lot of stick, but just being honest. A minute left. 7.3 kilometers done. Listen to the Ramones. I don't know what's wrong with me. Why didn't I enjoy that? Why didn't I enjoy that? Right, I tell you what we're going to do. That run was tough, so I am pretty tired, but I am going to run to Bad Brains. I'm going to run to their album Bad Brains because I just want to finish today on a high. Here we go then. Let's do Bad Brains. And the watch is on, the music is on, and we're off. Let's have a look. What have you got? Oh my god, yes! This is awesome. God, it's about 100 miles an hour faster. Oh my word. This is so much better than horror posters on the wall. This is being in a basement. The lights are flashing on and off. There's a skeleton playing the guitar solo. Bad Brains, you've saved my morning. Here's the vibe I'm getting, right? Ramones. It was all played from the wrist. All the movement was just in the wrist. Bad Brains is like the whole body is playing it. It's like limbs just going everywhere. It's like that Supergrass video for pumping on your stereo. This is wild. This is amazing. I've just run a kilometre 10 seconds quicker than I did any kilometre to the Ramones. That's what happy feet and happy legs look like. Woo-hoo-hoo! I have no idea what happened, but the song just sounded like a meteor hit. It's like it just blew a massive crater. It just went that much thicker. And, this is amazing. I'm going to keep on running to Bad Brains. Just the magic of a guitar solo, just the amount of colour it brings to music. Just a quick Bad Brains update. That's a 19-minute 5 kilometre. And this music is so playful. It's so playful. It's just got so much going on, and for me that's what punk is. Bad Brains. It's got me running through a town centre now. I've gone so far. I'm loving this horse. It's such a journey. Oh my word. 10 kilometres in 38 minutes listening to Bad Brains. I thought the Ramones run would have done it, but I just finished it feeling like I need more. So I'm a running punk who's not really into that first Ramones album, but I love Bad Brains. That was brilliant. Right, what an interesting morning. Have a good day. I'll see you later.